Welcome to Home Team Advantage. I'm Gary Giambetti along with Mike Egan.
And a little Italian there. I'm a Gary
Giambetti. I'm a Gary Giambetti. Yeah, I don't. Unfortunately, I do not speak Italian.
Right, 10 seconds into it, we're already on each other.
Yeah, getting on me. But we have a lot of interesting things to discuss today.
Yeah.
Mainly, we'll start high school sports.
Started Monday, and looks like the football team got a few kids out, but I don't know.
Well, we need
about 20 more.
Well, he needs like 20 seniors and 20 juniors.
Boy, that'd be nice.
Oh man, yeah, you'd have 40 guys right there, and then if you have some really talented sophomores,
Yep.
that would round out the team. And
Unfortunately for the program, you can't count on ninth graders to go up, and we've said this on this show. You can't have a ninth grader going up against a senior. I don't care how talented and how good they are. And until they get some more older kids, like you said, juniors and seniors to come out, they're gonna have another tough year.
mm-hmm. Well, it's going to be hard, but Matt does the best that he can do, and
Yep.
more power to him and his coaching staff. They will piece it together, and they will hopefully, have a decent season.
Yeah. Well, but as a resident of Hibbing and as a student at the high school, don't complain about your football team if you don't want to support it.
That's right. So show up to the games and support those kids, because it doesn't matter how many there are; they need to be supported.
Yep.
And we can do that. I didn't get a chance to get into the press box, however, so I don't know what that looks like right now.
Well, it's got that one golden chair with your name on
Well,
it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think I deserve one for all the years I've been around.
It's got the seat that folds up.
Toilet?
It's called the throne.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I might need a toilet seat. You never know. I'm getting older, and it's harder to keep stuff in.
This is Gary Giambetti from the throne, the bull.
So that does it. Cross country, I see them running up 7th Avenue. They've got plenty of runners, and they should be both teams should be pretty good this year.
My granddaughter's running for the first time.
Good for her.
Loves it.
Did she work over the summer?
No.
She didn't run
basketball. She's a
just basketball player.
But
Nice.
she loves it. So if you can get a young kid like that to love the program, then Coach Please and the other coaches are doing a good job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and they should both be good. The girls have been to state for 3 years in a row.
Yep.
The boys are hopefully gonna. I'm thinking they want to catch up to that and have a little, be a little bit renowned little for that, so they can get there, and hopefully that happens this year. But it's just to have practice starting at this point. It means it's late in the year, and it's going to be.
No running today, though.
No, they're probably not running
No
outside
golf today.
I was at tennis, and he's got plenty of girls out there, but I guess 3 of them are hockey players, and it doesn't sound like they're coming out.
What?
So, I don't know. I won't name them. I do know who they are, but I'm not gonna. But they're not. But right now, they weren't out. As of now, or as of Tuesday or Monday, they weren't out. So.
I mean, what's the worst you could get? Tennis elbow?
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. They must be looking for D1 scholarships, and they're going to work on hockey.
That's too bad. Again, it comes down to me, it comes down to the coaches getting together and just supporting each other program, and let the kids know that, it's a good idea to play a couple different sports in high school, not just concentrate on one. But
and I know that the coaches are all for their kids going out for other sports. Good. So that's not the issue there. It's just, I don't know, who knows? It's just mind-boggling that they don't go out for other sports. Volleyball, I haven't seen. I went there, and they happened to be done with practice, so I don't know what Lauren has this year. We'll find out. I think they have a jamboree on Saturday. Probably starts at 9:00 probably be at the Lincoln and at the high school gymnasiums. So they'll get their first action. Swimming, I didn't see a whole lot of athletes in the pool the other day when I walked in there, but he was also I don't think he had his younger girls were already done with practice, so
Okay.
I don't know what it looks like there. I'll have to stop by there again to see what he's going through this year. Soccer's I have not been to see, but I'm sure there's probably good numbers there. And we have, well,
A
it's
new coach?
Sven Piper is still the girls' coach, and Logan Harvey is the new boys' coach.
Yep.
So good luck to him in his first season.
You know, hopefully they'll be able to play some games on the new field.
Well, I know that's somewhat of the issue. I mean, we do have nice soccer fields out at Vic Power. They are nice. I would assume they're probably one of the nicest in this area, other than the turf field. But when do you play your playoffs? Do you play on turf or do you play on grass?
I would have to say 9 times out of 10, you're playing on a artificial turf field.
And they don't usually play. Obviously, they don't have playoffs here, but they do go down. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they go to Den Public School Stadium and play, or I don't know, or ESCO or wherever. But those are turf fields, so it's really hard. I mean, you got to get used to turf and you got to get used to grass. And I guess it's, and they played games. Most of their games last year were at Cheever Field.
Yep.
And then they just played a couple out at Vic Power. So that and right now, as far as high school sports, that pretty much covers the gamut, I believe.
Yeah. Anything at the college? JG?
Well, volleyball, yeah, Travis Vaki will be in his first year as actual, I mean, he's been working there on getting a volleyball team back, and now he finally has it, so he'll be in his first year of actual coaching in games.
Have enough?
They have, yeah, I heard, well, I haven't been there, but I heard they have over 10, maybe 12, 13, 14 women. So hopefully, I'll stop by there at some point and see how they're doing. So I wish we'd get football back, though.
Not going to happen.
No. probably
Neither is
not.
hockey,
No. It's
unfortunately.
unfortunate. That 4 or 5 schools up here can't recruit hockey players. But again, juniors, I guess, is the real issue there. And kids go to juniors would probably rather go to juniors than.
Well, but the other problem, too, is you've got a lot of kids that are at the college that should still be in high school. But we won't go there.
Yeah, yeah. No, a good, yeah, probably a good decision to say that.
But I'm sure Coach Catani's upstairs, he's got a pretty good hockey team where he is right now.
Oh,
so.
certainly. And I know Paul McLaughlin was a coach there, and Mint Harris was a coach there. I don't know if that's after Frank obviously retired, but so they've had decent coaches. It's just a matter of they can't afford it, and I can see that.
It's a financial thing, and I think when you look back when the football team here, it was more of a black eye for the football program. That's why that kind of left, and but then when you really look at it, it was more financial than anything else. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, they had troubles. There were definitely issues that were surrounding the football squad there. But the way I look at it is it brings in students.
Yep.
And if you can bring 50 football players, just a number of 50. If you can bring in 50 extra students to play football, make it 35 to 45. I mean, that's more, I would assume, revenue for the college, and hockey the same way. And
you got to get the right students. So.
Well, you do, and you don't know what you're getting sometimes. I mean, you can call and connect with coaches around the country, but you still don't know what kind of kids you're bringing in.
Right.
If they're, they don't seem to have troubles with Mesabi over there. And, Itasca does not have a football team, I don't think. Hibbing doesn't have a football team. So they're running out of, I believe, Mesabi does, and Vermilion, I believe, still does. And I don't know about Rainy River, maybe they do.
I don't think they do. A young man I was talking to at the gym a week ago, now that you bring it up, he had the Mesabi football jersey on, and I said, "You still play there?" And he goes, "No, I was done last year." I said, "Who do you guys play?" He said, "Usually the same teams every week, but they travel quite a bit. They play down in the cities. I mean, like even Normandale, the big JC college, they don't have a football program anymore. So, so they go to, Keokuk, Iowa to play
Well,
some team
you know,
there, so-
Rochester, maybe Ridgewater, maybe
Yeah.
Riverland, and you know, like Central Lakes, I still believe has football, but I don't know that for sure. So don't hold me accountable for that. But yeah, and I would assume North. I don't even know if Northland out in Thief River has a
Yeah, I don't think
team
so.
anymore. But it's a dying thing. That hockey though, back in when we were growing up, was great. to
We haven't
go
grown
watch
up
it.
yet.
Well, okay, thank you for saying that. But that was the funnest. You know, those are the best games to go to on a weekend because they always had a weekend series,
Yep.
and it was always fun watching them play. And it's too bad that went by the wayside.
That was kind of a follow-up to, remember the old Iron Rangers?
Yeah,
Talk about having fun at a hockey game. Wow.
yeah. You know, and now they have there's a team over in Aurora, but I can't remember if it's the Wilderness or whatever it is. But there is going to be a team over there on the east side of the range, and
So they compete with the Duluth team then? Isn't there a
I don't
junior,
know.
junior team in Duluth? I thought they were the Wilderness.
Well, yeah, that could be. There was one in Cloquet, I know.
Okay. Or maybe that's it.
But I don't remember their names, and if you're not associated with them, you're not going to really
Yep.
remember. But speaking of that, Rock Ridge hired Matt Niskanen
Yeah.
as their new hockey coach.
Boy, they really played that up big.
Oh, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, and we're having Lee Bloomquist is doing a story on that. Well, that'll run in Saturdays at Mesabi Tribune, so we'll have that, and I'm not going to sit here and think that's a shocker because why they got rid of their previous coach, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the reasons, but once I heard that he was not going to be there anymore, who's the first person you're going to think of? And he was living up here, so you knew it was not a shock that Matt Niskanen is their new hockey coach.
And hopefully he does well.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully he's got the experience. He's, Olympic, pro, so he has the experience to hopefully teach the kids, but that's not a given either.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, and I maybe I'll get myself into trouble for saying this, but
this
what?
doesn't go to Virginia.
Well, no, but and it's not anything that has to do with his coaching or whatever. But when in college, when I was going for a teaching degree and a coaching certification. We had to actually take serious classes. I mean, yeah, there was officiating and there was coaching and all that stuff. But to get a coaching certification at UMD, you had to take biomechanics or kinesiology, whatever you wanted, motor learning, and exercise physiology, which were all great.
Holy smokes. Kinesiology, is
Yeah.
that kind of like, what's the one in math that nobody takes?
Yeah. But you had to actually take these
Trigonometry.
classes to get your coaching certificate. It wasn't this go to a 2-day seminar over the weekend
Right.
and get a coaching certificate. So how much that prepared us to coach, I don't know. And again, like I say, there was coaching classes, coaching football, coaching baseball. Okay, not hard.
So are you trying to tell me that somebody skipped these classes?
Well, I'm assuming unless of course, Matt went to, I think he went to UMD, didn't
I don't know.
he? And maybe he has that. Maybe he has that on his resume where he's got a coaching certificate from. But nowadays you go to a 1-day or 2-day thing on a weekend, and you can just become a coach.
Yeah.
And, the other class was taping, where you learned to.
Tape up an ankle?
Yeah, and all that stuff. So
Wow.
you were ready for injuries if they. It wasn't hard, but it was it was still work. You had to put the time in to get it, and now it's just easy to become a coach.
Sure.
Too easy.
Tape an ankle ain't too hard. It's just you tape, wrap around.
Yeah. And taping arms and hands and whatever. But it was fun, and I don't deny anybody the opportunity to coach.
So we covered high school, college. We covered Virginia, Rock Ridge.
So now
Do we go to the pros
we'll
now?
hop right into the Minnesota Vikings
Oh, their season,
and
they're done.
into why can't we have anything
Go right.
good? I mean,
Well, we don't know yet.
well, we don't.
Sam Darnold might turn out to
No.
be the one guy that can the bright spot on their team. Who knows?
Well, he had one series against who did they play? Oh, at Las Vegas.
Vegas
And
Raiders.
he looked really good.
Yeah.
And I know the fourth down conversion that they went for the touchdown didn't work out. They could have at least got a field goal out of the deal. But I think the pass probably should have been caught in the end zone, I believe. Naylor missed it, I think. And I heard, just through the grapevine, I heard he didn't put a very good move on the cornerback when he ran his route. And he should have, instead of being 70% open, he was probably only like 50% open. And that's all it took, because you can't do that against good cornerbacks like that. And the Vegas started, as far as I know, remember, they started all their starters.
Yep.
Played the whole first half.
And why did the coach call 3 timeouts at the end of the game? I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
He's thinking he's going to get the ball back, or
Yeah, no. Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question.
I mean, that worked right into the Vikings' favor.
Sure
for that
did.
to happen.
Yeah, it stopped the clock for
Yeah.
him. But but Darnold looked good. McCarthy
looked good.
came in. He threw an interception, but he also threw 2 touchdown passes.
He can throw a nice long bomb, or he can.
Yeah.
They're right on the money. Used to.
Yeah, he used to throw a nice long bomb.
But
And
I don't.
what's his name? Nagan. Well, I can't even pronounce his name. Had a nice little touchdown run.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, down the sideline there.
Yep.
That looked really good. Now, obviously, he's not going to be our starting running back, but maybe he's a kickoff returner that can, with these new rules now. Maybe.
Did
he
you
can
watch
kick
the
to
game?
Yeah.
How'd you like JJ commentary during the third quarter?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, they should do that more often, But like one of the guys on the morning show, K-Fan, said today, he had to have his finger on the dump button
Yeah.
the whole time
yeah,
because there's guys around him that probably didn't know he was mic'd up, and they'd probably just be swearing up a storm.
Yeah.
But I don't think he used it much.
So the Vikes are in trouble. They lost their number 1 pick. He's out for a year, which I don't understand. They just said it was a meniscus tear. I mean, our producer, or director extraordinaire over here had all that work done, and he's up running around and dancing and doing the whole thing.
Yeah, but he's not a football player.
He's a little older, too.
Is he an athlete? I don't know. That's the question. I get it. I mean, and I know somebody else who has had 5 of those done, 3 on one knee and 2 on the other, and he's been up walking around.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that either. But that's
But
again
out for the whole year.
Well, I know. That's the shocking part of it
Yeah.
all. It's a meniscus tear.
And now, just like politics, all the sports guys, well, nothing to worry about, Viking fans, because now he'll be able to play until he's 30.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well,
Oh.
I wanted to come on here ranting and raving about
Yeah.
that, but I think I've thought better of it. Because you should be back.
Oh, I would have thought he'd be back
in
in a month. if it
4
was a
4 to
meniscus.
6 weeks. I would think he would be
Yeah.
back from that. The whole year.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell me that by November he's not going to be
Yeah.
100%.
How about your buddy Aaron Rodgers in New York? I'm not playing any preseason games.
Well, he probably shouldn't because of his Achilles.
He hasn't played in a year. Do you think he might be a little rusty?
Well, this certainly could happen.
Especially his first game is against the 49ers.
Well,
Oh,
we'll see how he does coming back. We'll see how Kirk Cousins does coming back from his Achilles. And it's off, with Cousins, it's off his. Actually, it's off his foot that he plants
to throw.
in the ground to throw. So we'll see how well he does.
And,
But I don't think we're gonna. You might. Darnold might not. Maybe if Darnold's not great, we'll say, well, we miss Kirk Cousins. But I don't think we're gonna miss him one bit.
No. And it's not like the Vikings are picked to win the Super Bowl. So I think expectations are, according to the professionals, is they're going to be the last place team in their division. So all you Viking fans, don't get too excited. Don't get hyped up too much.
Don't drink the purple Kool-Aid too
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
Because even when they are good, They always find a way to let you down.
When they are good, they're just like a saying goes, they're good, they're really good, but then they're really bad.
But personally, Mike, I can't see where they're going to be that. No, their corner that bad, but no, their cornerbacks or defensive backfield in that game wasn't great.
No.
So they do have to find some cornerbacks and some
Yep.
safeties that can cover. Offensively, they should be.
They look okay.
Yeah, they should be really good offensively. They
Yep.
might win a lot of 35-31 games,
Yep.
maybe 35-32. But the defense didn't play half their.
After
I
the
don't
starters
think any of
didn't
their
play.
starters
Right.
hardly played.
Yep.
You know who got a lot of playing time was Lewis Seen. And he's the one from Georgia that they took a couple of 2-3 years ago that broke his leg over in
Oh, yeah.
England.
Yeah.
Oh, that was unfortunate for him.
No, he's back.
But he's back, and
He can
now
play
he's
till-
2 years recovered from
Yep.
that injury.
He can play till he's 30.
Well, he for some reason though he hasn't seemed to grasp what they want him to do,
No.
and that's what's kept him. Now maybe that injury was more. I mean, that was severe,
Yeah.
and it's not easy to come back from when you have something like that
Right.
happen to you. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully this year he catches on and gets into the starting lineup or plays a little bit more.
Your Twins,
The Twins,
2 out of 3 from Kansas City, 2 out of 4 from Cleveland.
which should have been 4 out of 4.
Should have been 4 out of 4, and now, what do they got now?
They have Texas starting
Texas
tonight for 4 games
At Texas.
at
At Texas.
Texas.
Then Padres.
So, yeah, then they go to San Diego. So this will be a very important stretch for
Yep.
them. But you sweep Cleveland in a doubleheader, and then you score 1 run the next night and 2 runs
Right.
the following day, and you had bases loaded and no out. Did I understand that right? They had bases
Bottom of the ninth.
in the
Yeah.
bottom of the ninth. And what game was that one? Was that
That was the fourth game.
Fourth game.
fourth game? And you're down by a couple runs or whatever it was, and
Strikeout and double play.
yeah, there you go. Strikeout, double play, and it's over.
Tell you, that's Rocky Balboa of baseball.
Well, it just and they're pitching with Joe Ryan going down now.
Yep.
Hopefully he's not out long, but
Well, Ober's kind of picked up, but you
Oh.
wonder when that bubble's going to burst.
no, Ober's looked really good. He's got like 12 or 13 wins now, doesn't he?
Yep. And then they had the young kid come in the other day and pitch, and they were saying that he's got like 6 different pitches.
Well, Zebby Matthews
Zebby, that's it.
pitched,
Yeah.
beat the Royals. I'm assuming he got the win in that
Yep.
game. So, yeah, but you know, I'm like this kid from Pittsburgh now. Was it Skeens?
Yep. Something like that.
When can the Twins actually have somebody like that? I mean, do we have somebody there we don't know about, or maybe one of these guys can do that? But it never seems like we have a pitcher come up and dominate. Like evidently he has. I don't pay attention to it, but he started in the All-Star game, and I guess he didn't look that bad.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what the Twins need, is some infusion of talent in their farm system with a dominant pitcher.
Yep.
I mean, but they don't have it. And they went out and traded for a no-name who against Chicago came in and walked 5 guys. I think, did we talk about this
Yes,
last week?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah. Walked 5 guys and gave up a hit, and that was the end of that. No, because they should have, would have, and could have. Yes, I understand. But
Yep.
that Cubs, that should have been a sweep,
Yep.
because the Cubs aren't that good. And I know the Twins are better than the Cubs. But
Well,
that's baseball.
Their hope is to make the wild card.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to overtake Cleveland now, but they had their shot.
It'll be the second wild card.
Be
Well,
the second wild card.
Kansas City's got one of the toughest schedules remaining, I guess, in
Yep.
the major leagues. So we'll see how they handle that, because they're not used to. But then Bobby Witt hit. You see that home run he hit yesterday?
No.
Pitch was at his eyeballs.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and he still hit it out, which prompts me to say,
He's a good player.
give him a test.
4.5 feet off the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was that high of a
yeah.
pitch.
There's no way you can do that, because he's not going to swing at it usually, because it's a ball. So I don't know how the hell he can hit it out.
Are you
Sorry about
trying
that.
to say there's a Barry Bonds
Well,
situation going on here?
Yeah, don't want to say that.
Did he come to bat and go,
Yeah,
He does lead the league in batting average.
he
Yeah.
does.
yeah,
He's a good hitter. He's a good player. But I don't see where you hit a pitch like that out of the ballpark.
well, before we run out of time here, I gotta bring, what we talked about earlier,
Okay.
the Minnesota Timberwolves. That, the rumor is, through the grapevine, that, if the owner of the Timberwolves wins his arbitration, Glenn Taylor, against Rodriguez and his partner, that not only will the Timberwolves lose their general manager, who came from Denver, helped to build Denver into a champion, it helped this team to be competitive this year, will leave, and that Anthony Edwards will ask for a trade to Miami.
Hmm.
And you mentioned that now they're talking about Cat going for.
No,
Durant.
that was a bunch of rumors about Cat
Oh.
going to Phoenix for Durant.
Oh,
But Durant's 39 years old.
yeah.
So it's not like you're getting him in his prime.
Right.
I mean, so how much that helps.
But-
But he could really make the Wolves a legitimate contender
Oh, yeah.
if you had Durant
Yeah.
here.
But the other thing too is Glenn Taylor's not well liked, not
No.
even by the other owners. So, again, here's another black spot on the Timberwolves. They tell people they're going to do everything for you. They tell, my prime example, when George was with them when they first started, oh, we're going to make you, personnel, we're going to do this or that. What do? They put a statue of him, they put it in the corner of the building, nobody can see. So it just doesn't look good for the Timberwolves if Mr. Taylor stays on as an owner.
Well, hopefully Rodriguez and Laurie get to take over the team.
Yeah, and I don't understand what the deal is. Just because the team did well, he wants to keep it now. So,
Yeah. Well.
anyways,
All right. Well, we'll end it on that. For Mike Egan, I'm Gary Gendetti. We'll see you again on Home Team Advantage.
For over 25 years, U.S. Bank, located at 211 East Howard Street in Hibbing, Minnesota, has provided office and studio space for Hibbing Public Access Television. We are thankful for their ongoing support. Up North Lettering specializes in embroidery and heat vinyl press applications, along with patches and letter jackets. For more information, call them at 218-966-7850. HPAT would like to thank them for their donation and support. HPAT thanks Premier Fitness at the Lux for their donation and support. They welcome individual and family memberships. To learn more, call them at 218-440-1191. Advanced Radon Solutions is a local company servicing northeastern Minnesota, including the Iron Range. Call them at 218-491-3752, scan the QR code, or visit their website at deleteradon.com to learn more about the dangers of radon in your home. HPAT thanks them for their support.